Show to you, good sir. Ho, ho, ho. Happy holidays. Welcome to the 28th episode of the Backburners. I'm Dylan Sherman.
And I'm Sam Tiller. We want to thank you for lending your ears for another probably hour plus of entertainment. It's not going to be all sports.
We're running long tonight.
Yeah. So buckle up and get ready.
Yeah. Wow, we've got quite the show.
There's a lot going on.
And we have to mention that we are live right now. We're live.
Yes.
Feels good. I think
It
it's
does.
our fourth live show?
Yeah. Something like that.
It might be our first one where we're actually live when we thought we were going to be, too.
That's
it feels
100%
good.
true.
That's pretty awesome.
It is. It is.
We are, of course, we have a full house this evening. Chef LaRocca. No mic, no cam. Just the way we like it.
Just some kneecaps.
Just kneecap. Feet tonight.
Nope, no feet.
The feet are going to bring them out tonight. And, of course, Fabio, thank you for getting everything ready for us. You rock star.
Thank you. How do you guys like the decorations?
It's really nice. You know
Super festive.
The best part about it is that it's non-denominational for the most part.
I tried to make it holiday, you know?
Yep.
It's pretty Christmassy.
It is. Well, you know, it's nice.
I mean, you got the tinsel.
The only other thing I was maybe thinking of was putting just a little fireplace video going on the TV. Just but the fireplace would never be that high up on the wall, so it just seemed like it wasn't very accurate, you know?
No, but it adds to the overall.
But also, most
does.
people who put fireplaces on their TV, like their TV's not on the ground.
That's true.
So
I saw a guy on TikTok the other day. His wife wanted a fireplace, so he just made a cardboard box that surrounded the TV that looked like brick, and then he just played a YouTube video, and he's like, "Are you happy, honey?" And she's like, "I guess that's fine. I only want it for Christmas anyways."
oh my God.
It's my favorite time of year.
Is it? Yeah, we got some yummy apple cider.
And a cheers to you.
Cheers.
What else is in that apple cider?
Just
apple
water
cider.
and powder.
Really?
That's it.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of hot alcohol.
I'm not either.
Like
Coffee and Kahlua is about the only one I could do. Everything else is a little
coffee and
nasty.
Kahlua, there's the hot toddy.
Yeah.
There's mulled wine.
I mean, you can drink
Ugh.
like Fireball hot.
Yeah. It's not for me.
But
it's not for me. Well, should we get into it? Should we stop whacking around the bush?
yeah, we gotta shout out our wonderful sponsor first, though.
Of course we do.
Chillo, what's up? Do you need to find a new place to live that is actually within your budget? Looking for a place to live adds stress to your already busy life. Chillo is here to cure that headache. Introducing the Chillo app, a place to find a rental home and roommates on the same platform. Simply create your profile and check out the rental listings available, message the verified lister, and tour the new place. Have a place available for rent listed on Chillo with the same ease. And for a limited time, Chillo will donate $1 to Catch Idaho, a local nonprofit dedicated to ending homelessness in Idaho. Find your next place to live on Chillo. Download in the iOS App Store today. Thanks, Chillo.
Thank you, Chillo. Look at you. You actually you got
Crushed
through
it.
You crushed it this week.
Yeah, it's a short one, though. The first one I had to read was longer.
It's all right.
And I read it before I read it.
Yeah, that's a good
So-
pro tip.
Yeah.
Yep. any of you guys needing to read any ad copy in the next distant future? Take some tips. But
Yeah. Read it beforehand.
yes. We should probably start out with some holiday themed questions.
Yes.
And also, we would like to encourage anybody watching live with us to answer along with us, and we can talk and discuss and debate. So let's kick this off. Samuel Tiller,
Dylan J?
what is your favorite Christmas food?
It's potato candy. And I was describing this to you the other day. And for those of you who don't know what it is, it's an Irish tradition. And I am Irish. And basically, what you do is you boil potatoes like you would do if you're going to have mashed potatoes. And then you mash them up. And then you just put the most outrageous amounts of powdered sugar in it that you could possibly think of. And it basically turns into a sugar paste. And you roll it out, and then you smear peanut butter on top of it, and you roll it up, and then you cut it into little slices, and then you eat it. And it is fantastic. Do not knock it till you try it, because it doesn't taste like I'm going to put peanut butter on potatoes. It tastes like extremely, extremely sugary peanut butter.
Interesting.
It's fantastic.
I've never tried it, but I think I need to. I have this very bad habit of knocking any food that you like and saying that it's
Yes,
wrong.
you do.
Mostly because I'm right. But I will work on that. Let's, of course, the intern has submitted her questions. She won't be with us this evening, but she'll be with us in holiday spirit. She said peppermint bark, which I think is arguably, the GOAT of holiday snacks, treats.
I like peppermint, but I'm not, crazy about it.
Oh, I'm nuts.
So I can get on board with peppermint bark, but I'm not going to eat a pile of it. I'll nibble on it if it's there.
Oh, if there's a thing at Costco peppermint bark anywhere in my vicinity, it's gonna be gone.
It's
quick.
It's going to be
It's
a
gone
victim
quick.
of my stomach.
Yeah, it's like that every time you walk by, you just grab you just break off a little piece, and then after the day's over, you're like, I just had 4 candy bars worth of chocolate.
Yeah. And when I was thinking about Christmas food, Christmas it's obviously different than Thanksgiving, but with Thanksgiving, it's turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, sweet potatoes, rolls. But it seems like everybody does different stuff for Christmas.
That's why it's better. There's no
And-
rules.
Yeah, and what I when I think of Christmas food, I don't think of the dinner. I think of just all the desserts that you just have, and because it's ridiculous, from peanut brittle to fudge to those cookies with the Hershey Kiss in the middle of them.
Mhm. The snickerdoodle with the
Yes, it's just there's just so much sweetness that goes around that. Yeah.
It's an important holiday PSA really quick. Make sure to brush your teeth this holiday season. You don't want any cavities.
Yeah. But it's the one time a year where it's you wake up and it's 8 a.m. and you're I'm gonna have a piece of fudge.
Yep.
It's it's acceptable. It's Christmas.
Yeah, it's one of those days we've talked about before, Thanksgiving, Super Bowl,
Yeah,
where
calories
calories
don't
really don't count.
Yep. 100%.
We're in the thick of fat season right now.
It's bulking season, baby.
Well, I would be dirty bulking. Do you know what dirty bulking is?
No.
Dirty bulking is just when you lift a bunch of heavy weight and then you eat whatever you want. It's instant weight gain. And I am going for 2 bills this year. That's my New Year's resolution, to hit 2 bills once again.
Are you coming out as fat, like Bert?
Well, I'm not there yet. I'm pushing about 150, but we'll see after.
You got some work to do then.
I do. I got lots of KFC to eat. My submission for my favorite holiday food is gingerbread. And I was thinking about doing, candy canes. I do like candy canes, but I don't like after you're done eating them, you're sticky,
The sticky lips.
sticky lips.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of sticky
No,
lips.
me neither.
Gingerbread is one of those things I forget about every single year, and then, this time of year comes around, I'm like, oh, gingerbread. Don't make any. We don't do houses or anything, but just it's nice. It's it's got a little bite to it, a little spicy. So
I kind of miss making gingerbread houses. As a kid, that was so fun.
I
haven't done it in forever.
I have never made a gingerbread.
What? The Antichrist.
I might be.
That is horrible.
Yeah,
No, we should just be proud that he celebrates any Christmas traditions, really.
That's
that.
true.
Shalom. No gingerbread. I've never made one. Maybe at school for a project, but never.
That is absolutely shocking.
Well, you'll have a chance to speak to both my parents in the next few days. So
I'm going to ask them, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yes.
Speaking of your parents,
Oh, we should check in with the live.
yeah.
of course.
Oh,
So Danny boy likes Sam's mug. I didn't really see Sam's mug.
Yes.
What's on there?
Shout out to the Pipe Shop.
It's
That's
the
the
Pipe
family
Shop.
company.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's
Yeah.
see. So the
That's a pretty sweet mug.
Yep. It's my grandpa and his dad and his brother, the founders of Pacific Plumbing Supply Company, LLC Incorporated, for your plumbing needs. Yeah. Anything else?
Not an associated partnership.
Right.
And then Belinda said she loves your jingle beard. And she asked what your guys' favorite holiday tradition is, but I assume we're probably going to get into that.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. And then Bella, Evan's fiance,
Roop.
said who would win in a holiday fist fight, Till or Sherm.
The holidays are not a time for fist fighting, Bella.
It's a time for burying
It's
the
a time
hatchet.
for joy.
No, it's a time for fist fighting, but only with family members. You can't fight your friends around the Christmas time because you only have your friends to turn to.
So you're saying against our family members who would...
No, I think she just asked between the two of you, but I was just thinking if there's anyone to fight around the holidays, it's probably a family member, not your friend.
That's true.
I don't know. I mean, we're pretty much even in wrestling matches. I think we're
At least that I can remember.
Yeah. Do you want to hit me with more of that delicious cider?
Yeah. Do you know how to pour out of this
Bartender. No.
thing? Okay. It's really simple. You just take the big silver cap off.
Did you get one of those thermoses as just part of being a firefighter?
No, this was actually a Christmas gift from my aunt and uncle.
Those are the best thermoses.
Oh, they're the shit.
Just the OG green Stanley.
Yeah, dude, they are literally bulletproof. Okay, so just pour it out with one of the arrows.
With one of the arrows.
Yeah, so there's 2 arrows, so there's 2 openings, and so if you just pour it out.
So just like this.
Yep, but just tip it.
This is great podcasting.
There you go, buddy. Don't take it all. It's almost out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'll have to cut back on this. Speaking of traditions, it's actually our next question. Would you like to kick this one off? Your favorite Christmas tradition?
Yeah, I was having a hard time thinking of this one because...
Wait, one sec real quick. Who's Carrie Stoll?
That's my aunt.
She commented, is Sam making his laptop great again?
Hell yes, I am. America.
Whew, we can move on. I just didn't want to miss that.
Oh, Mof.
That was good. My family doesn't have like a lot of Christmas traditions, but the one that's like stood out that is consistent is you always get to open up one present on Christmas Eve, and it's always pajamas. No matter what, it's pajamas. And then you put them on, and then you go to bed in them, and then you wake up, and you're in your Christmas PJs, and it's Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, it's special. So that's my favorite tradition.
Do you wear the pajamas at all besides Christmas morning?
Sometimes.
Because we used to do this one too, and my grandma would always get us all like pajamas, but then we've kind of strayed away from it because I think my grandma realized that no one, like after we were like 13, none of us wore pajamas anymore. So we just like got we usually get a pair of basketball shorts because that's what we'd wear to sleep in anyways.
Interesting. I think last year I got a pair of PJs. I can't remember, but it's generally like nicer like pajama pants, so like it can kind of be used as like like sweats as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
very nice.
Yeah, I have some Kylo Ren ones, but they're too long. So I never wear them.
We could trim those up for you.
Yeah, just take some scissors to them.
You can hem them.
Okay. I had a couple. So every year, we do Christmas Eve at one place and then Christmas at the other at Christmas Day. We open most of our presents as like a whole Jew clan on Christmas Eve, and Mike Schwartz is usually on garbage duty because he hates Christmas. He might
Really?
Yes, he hates Christmas. I don't know why.
So he's the Grinch. He should have been my Scrooge.
We're talking no. So he's usually on garbage duty.
So like all the wrapping in the boxes.
He holds the big black garbage bag. Another fun fact about Mike Schwartz is that he can sleep anywhere.
Yes, he can.
And he usually falls asleep on garbage duty. And it's really fun to watch him sleep because
you love posting about it on your Snapchat story.
I do. And I don't know if I've ever told you this. When I was there a couple of summers ago for a couple of weeks, I witnessed a lot of Mike Schwartz naps. And so I started taking pictures of just random stuff next to him. So if he was sleeping, I would hold up this and, take a picture. And so I made a photo collage that's hanging up in their kitchen today, and I call it the Open Mouth Nap Chronicles. It's still there. So watching him fall asleep is fun. He's probably, I don't know, if I'm a betting man, he might fall asleep in my graduation.
In Extra Mile?
Oh, the man can sleep anywhere.
That's impressive.
But
Even with all the people, the stupid noisemakers and shit.
Oh, he was out like a light. We were at a track meet this summer, and he fell asleep at a track meet. Anyways,
impressive. He's tired.
Well, he gets up at 5 every morning. So, the intern's favorite Christmas tradition is drinking in pajamas on Christmas Eve. Kind of tying into what you were saying.
Yeah. Except my family's not a bunch of alcoholics.
Yeah, intern.
Really?
Anyways.
I went to your graduation party.
That was just me. Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
Favorite or worst gift
Both.
you've gotten?
Both.
Both?
Both.
Oh, I didn't think of a worst one. I don't know if I've gotten bad gifts. My mom's pretty fire at giving me Christmas gifts. My dad's like not involved in it. Like he's just as surprised as my mom is when I open the gifts. He's like, "Oh, yeah, that's a good gift." So,
All right, what's your favorite present then?
so I guess this is on par with my
With your laptop.
with my MAGA laptop.
Yeah.
It's a Remington 870, and for all you snowflakes out there, get it because it's Christmas time. It was a Remington 870 shotgun, and let me tell you what, that thing kills a lot of animals with me pulling the trigger on it, and it has brought me so much joy, and yeah, I love it. Funny story about that shotgun though.
Who'd you kill?
Huh?
I said, who'd you kill?
Nobody. Almost myself. So, what happened was I don't know when I got this thing, but I was young. I was probably like 11 or 12. And then like a turkey season or two later, we were hunting and I shot at a turkey and it flew away. And that just doesn't happen. And so my dad was like, "How'd you miss?" It was like 20 yards away. And so we go back to our camp, and he sets me on a log, and there's like an old like truck canopy sitting in the camp, and he spray paints a little black dot on it, and he goes, "Aim at the black dot." And I have a turkey load in this shotgun, and I shoot it, and it rolls me back off the log because of the kick. And you know how hard those turkey loads kick. They're aggressive. And so after he gets done laughing, he goes, "Maybe we should go get some lighter loads." And I was like,
Some buckshot?
"No shit, Sherlock." Yeah, so
Would you like to tell?
that's how I almost died at the hands of my shotgun.
Would you like to tell everybody what you did to me?
Oh,
First time I shot your shotgun?
Yeah, so Sherm has not shot a lot of weapons in his life, and thanks to me, he has shot quite a few. And one of the ones that he shot was my Remington 870. And to trick him, because we thought it would
Because it's fun to trick people with
because
shooting guns the first time.
We thought it
No
would
better
be
place to pull an old practical joke is on the gun range.
It was pretty funny. So when I was checking out my shotgun the day before we were going shooting, I noticed that it had a turkey load in it. And I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." And then I had 2 target loads, very different with how they shoot and how much they kick. So the first load I put in was a target load. And then the second load was a turkey load. And so he shot the first one, and he was like, "Oh, that's not that bad."
First shotgun ever, by the way.
First shotgun ever. And he shoots it, and he's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." And I'm like, I'm rack another shell in and shoot it again. So he does, expecting like the same kind of kick. And it was a lot more aggressive. It was one of the funniest things. Oh, my God.
Dirtbag.
Hilarious.
Okay, so my favorite gift that I've received, the skis last year, and the boots that I got last year. Those
I didn't know you got those last year.
Yep, that was for last Christmas. My least favorite gift, not family that I'm related to. I'll just keep it that. Subway gift cards.
And you hate Subway. You despise Subway.
Not a big Subway guy.
Yeah.
Quiznos.
Is Quiznos even alive anymore?
Well, there's one Quiznos that we go to on the way to Eugene. It's in Centralia, Washington,
Okay.
which is like a couple hours south of us.
I haven't seen a Quiznos in years.
There used to be one near our houses in the old Newcastle, but it got turned into a Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's is also a pretty good sandwich.
Jersey Mike's is fire. I love Jersey Mike's.
Their hot sandwiches are better,
Yes.
I think. Like the Philly
100.
cheese
Their Philly
goes
cheese,
super hard.
Their Chipotle Philly cheese slaps.
I have never had a cheesesteak from Jersey Mike's. I usually get the cold subs.
It's pretty un-American of you.
Well, is it? Is it?
Yes. It's a Philly cheesesteak.
I understand that, but you got to think about later.
That's true. You don't like cheese.
The intern's favorite gift was a trip to Europe, and her least favorite was Crocs. Crocs are
That's a hot take.
yeah, especially in this company.
Yeah.
We have 75% of the people in this room are Croc owners.
Yeah, let's just say the intern might have a little visit by the HR department next
That's
week.
right. Yeah, look out for that bounced paycheck.
It's like,
Are you serious?
Seriously?
Yeah.
My God. How about a favorite Christmas story?
Yeah. You want to go first?
Sure.
personal stories or like mythical stories?
Personal.
Personal.
Yeah.
I don't.
I thought you were talking about like Christmas legends or something.
Well, once upon a time, there was a little baby who was born. His name was Jesus.
Mm-hmm. And he was surrounded
Christ.
by sheep and goats and cows and horses.
On a
Not
pod-
not a very sanitary place to give birth.
No.
In
Nah,
the midst of shit.
definitely
and
wasn't a
piss.
hospital.
No.
The other day
no.
on a podcast we broke down we were talking about Santa Claus and how it got like all Americanized, and we were like looking up the history of Santa Claus, and none of us knew the actual history of Santa Claus. Like we know
Wasn't
that
it
he's a
German or Dutch.
I don't know, but like we know that
that's
it's like we
Belschnickel.
know that there's a Saint Nicholas in the Bible, but like apparently all he did was just like give like 3 kids a gift, and that was it.
Belschnickel. Only office watchers will understand
Yes,
that. Belschnickel.
yes.
You've been very impish.
But I was reading something on the internet yesterday, and it said that the nativity scene, like, caused a bunch of wars. Like when it first came out, like a bunch of people, like there was like conflict, and it caused like
Because
a
everyone
bunch of wars.
disagrees on who was actually
a war
there.
starting
Yeah,
over religious
I
differences.
know it's crazy, but like, but it's like they weren't saying like it was religious differences. It was strictly based on the nativity scene and like the validity of like what actually happened.
Oh, I see.
People
I
got
see.
into wars over that.
I see.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that say like Joseph, like Jesus' dad, just like wasn't actually even there, like at all. Like there was a couple people that just weren't there that they just added.
It's like such a
It made the story better.
it's just such a bizarre thing to go to war over.
Right. My question is, who cares, really, at the end of the day?
Well, people a couple thousand years ago definitely cared.
They didn't have iPhones. Ugh. Anyway, I have a couple of good Christmas stories. So one of them is my Aunt Jody. This is the last Christmas that we did in Portland, and it was Christmas night, or maybe it was Christmas Eve. I don't remember. It was one of those 2 days. I know there was a tree involved, and we're opening presents, and we're kind of wrapping up. And then, like 30 minutes later, she's taking down Christmas. Like, there's still Christmas to be had.
Yeah,
My
like Christmas
dad does this.
decorations can stay up like through
Through New
Year's.
Year's.
Through New Year's. Yeah.
And she just takes them down. It was very upsetting.
Christmas is over by 5 o'clock Christmas
the
Day
hell,
in our house.
Jody?
Decorations down.
That's like that
Christmas.
like makes Christmas Day like too much work. Like who wants to take down all those decorations on Christmas Day?
My OCD father, and that's about it. But yeah, I think it's dumb too, because I'm usually just like pretty buzzed. Like Christmas is over, the family finally left, maybe go hang out with some buddies, go like party or something, and then my dad's like, "Oh, can you guys just bring up like 40 heavy ass totes from the basement really quick? We're gonna bust this out really quick." And it's like, can we just not do that on?
On Christmas?
Yeah, like it's still Christmas, you know. Tomorrow it won't be Christmas. We can do it then.
My runner-up story is, since usually Christmas we have all 16 of us, not a whole lot of places to sleep. So my Uncle Jim, who you are familiar with, he's rented an RV and put it in the driveway and just ordered DoorDash and hung out in there and slept in there. And
He like didn't go inside the house?
oh, yeah, I mean, he did, but
Oh,
just
okay.
sleeping wise,
Oh,
didn't want to sleep in the attic. That was a fun one.
nice.
What about you?
So I just put down the double dip. And I'm 95% sure this was Christmas. There's a small chance it could have been Thanksgiving, but I'm going with Christmas.
Still holidays.
And yes. And I was really young, like 3 or 4. And my grandma's sister, so my great aunt, is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay, so my great aunt was there. And I'm very young. And so like I take like a chip and like I put it in like some salsa or whatever, and I take a bite of it, and then I go back for more. 'Cause I'm a child and I can't fit a whole ass chip in my mouth.
Right.
And she screams at me for double dipping. A 4-year-old.
It answers
Because I know better at 4 years old not to double dip because it might make somebody sick.
it answers the question of what that mouth do.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So it was not like a great Christmas story.
Was that the woman who yelled at me at your graduation?
Yes, yes, it was. Yes.
That woman.
I forgot you met them. Oh my God, yeah.
Are Kathy and Mike watching right now?
I know my mom's watching. I'm not sure about my dad.
Kathy is live. She's had a couple comments.
Hi,
yeah.
Mom.
Let's check in with the live stream. Anything of note?
Yeah. So let's see. Kathy said, "Hello, Pickle. I like the beard." Who's Pickle?
Me.
That's Sherm.
me.
That's a cute nickname.
It's because Kimmy calls him Dill, and so then I started calling him Pickle, and yeah, my mother
Gotcha.
just loves that nickname for him.
Hi, Kat.
And then Dan said, "Your socks are hairy."
My socks are hairy.
She's
Yeah, I
not
don't know.
wearing any.
I am. No shows.
Well, tell him that.
Well, he said my socks are hairy.
And then
You don't have a microphone.
Kathy said, "Yeah, and your mama didn't get you that 8.7."
870.
870.
Yes.
That was what she said.
That's true. My dad did get that for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a father gift.
And then she said flinch. I don't know if that means anything to you. Flinch ... It was when we were talking about the gun story, but
Oh yeah.
and then Dan said she's a Butte Clark from Christmas Vacation.
Was he also dumping his
His-
poop
yeah.
into the sewer outside on the street?
And then Griffin asked what your favorite Christmas gift was, but I said you already answered it. It was the shotgun. And then Kathy just recently said, what about the streaking incident?
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Most remarks are from your dad. He is watching.
Okay, so yes, the streak. I totally forgot about this. I don't even remember this because I was extremely young, like just I don't know, like 1 or 1.5, maybe 2. And it was like Christmas night or Christmas Eve, and my dad was like putting me in like a bath or something. And the way my grandparents' house is set up, it's like the hallway, and then there's a door. And you like lead like right into like the kitchen and the living area, and down the hallway is where the bathroom is. And so he like gets me undressed, and he's like, "Hey, you need to run through the kitchen, like around the table and around the island, and then back out through the door with your hands up, going ah." And so I did.
How old are you?
I was like 1.5, 2. I was really young. So yeah, it's like acceptable for me to be running around naked in front of my family.
That's
if
a pretty
you
good-
did it next
Today,
week,
it would
would
scar
be-
some people.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just picturing like Christmas this year. Like your dad comes up to you and he's like, "All right, buddy, we're gonna do it again. It'll be really funny."
yeah.
I know you're
because-
23, but I assume they'll still laugh.
Yeah,
Like,
because my father still gives me baths.
that's true. I mean, I don't know your dynamic. I'm not here to judge. We take baths together.
The intern didn't put anything down.
Well, she's lame.
Yeah. How about a Christmas song?
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah. It's good.
Mhm.
It's good. Maybe a little overplayed for me.
It is overplayed.
Yeah.
It's also like the white chick song of Christmas.
It is.
Yeah,
It's very suburbia.
it is. Yep.
Mine is Santa Baby.
By
Don't-
whom?
Don't know.
There's like the problem with
Right.
Christmas songs is there's so many iterations of all of them.
Right.
So
Santa baby, slip a Rolex under the tree for me. Something like that.
yes,
There you
something like that.
go. The intern said mistletoe, Justice Beaver.
Eh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that song. Kind of a slapper.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard that song.
He doesn't.
I'll be under the mistletoe.
Nope.
That's about all I know.
Mm-mm.
That wasn't it.
Here's.
I'm saying I don't know it.
How about this is a good one. The Mount Rushmore, your Mount Rushmore
Mhm.
of Christmas movies.
Dan said Snoop.
Snoop D-O-double-G.
Is there a Christmas song by? Oh, he had that full album.
Snoop
Snoop?
has a Christmas album?
Dude, does Snoop have a Christmas album? Yeah, he has an entire Christmas album, and it's like exactly what you want it to be. Like it's Snoop Dogg just doing Snoop Dogg shit, and it's just all Christmas songs, and it's like for kids. Like he doesn't swear in it or anything. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's kind of a bop though. You should check that out.
I will definitely listen to it on my drive home.
Rolling down the street,
Rolling down the street with my
Lana.
Christmas tree.
sipping on eggnog and
Lean.
bourbon. All right.
All right, Mount Rushmore of movies.
Yeah, kick it off.
Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't decide between 1 or 2, so
It's one.
I don't know. 2's pretty good too.
One is
One's where he stays at home, and
Right.
then 2 is when they're in New York.
Lost in New York is
It's good, but it's
Yeah.
just a copy of the first one. Like it's like play for play, just the same movie again, just a cooler scene.
Yeah.
Granted, like New York at Christmas time is a very like magical thing to see, but
Right. So I went with 1 because it's the original.
Mm-hmm.
And then Frosty the Snowman, the original cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
is fantastic. Christmas Vacation, which I just recently watched after the show last week, and it is pretty damn hilarious. And then the holy grail of Christmas movies, nothing else even compares. It's Elf. The best Christmas movie of all time. One of the most quotable Christmas movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It is hilarious. No matter how many times you watch it, it's funny. And we watched it the other night, and I was quoting it, and you were looking at me like I was a psychopath because I know that movie front to frickin' back.
Yeah. It was a lot. We didn't even have to watch the movie.
No, you could just watch me.
No.
Yeah.
My Mount Rushmore, in no order. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from the 60s.
Yeah, we just
Great
watched
one.
that
We
tonight.
just watched that.
claymation one. We
yeah,
just watched that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
so
great.
creepy.
It is a little creepy.
No, it's great.
It's like nostalgic. It's like nostalgic, but all the claymation ones we just watched a couple of.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's not claymation. It's like the
Oh shit.
they're like furry.
Yeah, it's clay like stop motion.
Stop motion.
Yeah,
That's-
it's not
that's-
clay, but
that's
stop
different than
motion.
Claymation.
Yeah.
Stop motion.
Yes.
I also said Home Alone. I like The Lost in New York.
They're both great.
Yeah. Number 3. This is a bit controversial.
It's not a Christmas
Die Hard.
movie. It's not a Christmas movie.
Okay, number 1.
It's just
It
not a
takes
Christmas
place
movie.
during Christmas. It takes place during an office
Okay,
holiday
so-
party.
Well, people also consider like The Godfather a Christmas movie. Some people do.
Then Harry
and
Potter could be considered a Christmas movie as
people-
well.
people-
According to a
also
press
do.
release last year from the Dish Network, 1.3 million Americans watched Die Hard on Christmas Eve. This is in
a whopping
2016.
1.3
It beat
million
out
of 330.
It beat out Home Alone, Miracle on 34th Street, and The Santa Claus.
Well, people are idiots.
It's also one
Yippee.
of the only movies that they'll play during like on the Christmas like network that's just playing Christmas movies all day long. They'll throw Die Hard in the rotation. They won't do that with
Yippee.
Harry Potter and Godfather, but they will do it with Die Hard.
Yippee ki motherfucker! And the last
It's not a
one,
Christmas movie.
the last one is this was a tough one for me. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I love the old one and I love the Jim Carrey one.
Mhm.
You could say that it's obviously 2 separate movies, the same story. So I'm gonna say both. I love them both.
That's fair.
The intern said Frosty, Elf, Polar Express, and Christmas Vacation.
We had like the same list.
Yeah.
Slept on Christmas movie. Have you guys ever seen Fred Claus with Vince Vaughn?
No.
I don't believe so.
Mm-mm.
I mean, all the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen are good.
Yeah. Tim Allen's canceled though.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. But he's an international
Why?
drug dealer.
Because he's
What?
Are you don't know this, Tiller?
He's an international drug dealer.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
Back in the 90s, he got caught on an airplane with kilos of cocaine on him.
That's awesome.
Before the Santa Claus thing, and it got all brushed under the rug. And he's like fine. Obviously, he was still an actor and everything, but like people kind of figured it out like in the last couple years. Everyone's like, wait, why did like no one do anything about this?
That's pretty funny.
And so he was in all those Santa Claus movies, like while he was trying to fight like a huge drug charge.
Jesus.
Here's a fun fact. His last name is Dick.
Tim?
Yep. His
Tim
name
Dick.
is Timothy Allen Dick.
Tim Allen's better than Tim Dick.
Tim Allen.
Yeah. Tim Allen's way better than Tim Dick.
Wonderful. Should we run over some fun little Christmas facts that we?
I didn't write any down, but I can.
I'm just looking them up. I guess the first one we should start with is Christmas celebrates the birth of Jesus, Christ.
I thought it was the birth of Santa Claus.
You know what? You may be right. I think both.
You are the dumbest person of all time.
I can't find it, but I saw one yesterday where there was a $15 million Christmas tree in Spain with diamonds and probably truffle mushrooms or something.
Was it an actual tree?
Yeah, was it? I mean, yeah, there was just stuff on it. Like the decor was.
It's always cool when you see the videos of like the one in Times Square or Times Square,
how
New York.
they pick it out.
They pick it out, and then like I saw a video of like it going down the street, and it's freaking. I mean, it looks big in person, but like when it's on the back of a semi truck, it's like 300-400 feet long. It seems like it's so huge.
It is quite the sizable piece of wood. Let's see if there's any.
Here's
they
one.
picked them out like 20 years in advance.
Jingle Bells was the first song played in space.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
Out of all the songs?
Yep.
Was it Christmas and there can't be Christmas in space.
Well, why not? Why not?
Because their time and their day and time and stuff is all messed up. There's no like dates up there.
Then how would they know when to come down?
I'm not going to go into this with you guys right now. I'm right, by the way, but I'm not going into this.
Ooh, I found it. There's a Christmas tree in Spain worth $15 million. Most of us have Christmas decorations that we hold dear for sentimental reasons. But the ornaments that adorn the Christmas tree at the Kempinski Hotel Bahia near Marbella, Spain, have a different type of value. It is festooned with red, white, pink, and black diamonds, as well as jewelry from Bulgari, right? Is that how you say it? Right? Bulgari?
Bulgaria?
Bulgari, like the brand.
Oh.
Cartier, Van Cleef, and Arpels, and Chanel. And there's also 3D printed images of chocolate peacocks, feathers, ostrich eggs, and bottles of perfume. Interesting. Oh, here's a fun one. The Christmas tree pickle is a tradition to keep eager kids calm on Christmas morning. It's more than just a common ornament. It's a tradition. It's a tradition.
A record number of babies are conceived around Christmas. Not surprising.
There you go. Eggnog dates back to medieval times.
I think we're on the same.
We might be. I think we are.
Best Life?
Best Life. Yeah.
I want some of these Cartier
Americans
Christmas
spend
ornaments.
nearly $2 billion on holiday treats every single year. That's a lot of money.
Wow. The first Christmas card ever sent is worth almost $30,000.
Home Alone is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time.
Christmas Day boasts the lowest number of relationship breakups. And it's also the most popular time of the year to propose.
Not surprising.
Seems cheesy to propose on Christmas.
It's extremely cheesy.
It's a cop-out.
Because also now you're just combining like anniversary, like you're just combining stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
just lazy. Wait 2 days after Christmas, then do it.
All right.
Miles had a little fact. I don't. You might actually have to Google this because I do not believe him. He said,
on it.
Christmas fact: Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song.
Yep, that's true.
Yep,
Really?
That was on Best Life. Good looking out. Anything else in the live stream?
Quick question. Griffin said Gibson or Fender.
Used to be a Gibson man, but now I got a Strat, and I haven't been happier. I'm never going back to Gibson. They're more Fenders are more comfortable to play.
Cool. Dan said Snoop's Magical Christmas was the name of that Christmas album. Miles commented, "Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad."
Yeah.
Miles, another fun fact. Another one, Christmas decorating sends nearly 15,000 people to the ER every year. That one, I'm surprised it's not more, honestly. People falling off roofs, putting up their lights
like
and
in
stuff.
Christmas Vacation, like fall. Yeah. Totally.
I'm surprised there's not more of that. And then Revis said, AFC West up for grabs this Thursday. All I want for Christmas is Bolts dub, daddy.
Bolts up. Bolts
I
up.
I am with you, Revis.
Bolt up.
All right, that's enough Christmas facts.
Yeah. Now, we're going to get back to our regularly scheduled programming and get into this intern report. Let's talk about sports, finally. Yeah. All right. So we were graced with America's Game, Army-Navy. This is a great game because you lost your line. Navy with a 17-13 upset.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking.
Yeah, Navy's defense shut down Army to 57 yards in the second half. We got the Bears-Packers, which we were treated to. Rodgers throwing for 4 tutties. The Bears gave up their halftime lead. The Seahawks beat the Texans, not the Titans. They finally looked pretty good. The defense came to play finally. Bucks-Bills. Almost thought I lost this line of the week, but it actually,
that was a tight one for you.
Overtime win. The Bills are still broken, like you have eloquently said before.
Yep.
Chargers Giants. Justin Herbert. He's just
bald.
He's just something else.
He's straight up bald.
He's a golden god.
Yeah.
I love him.
He has one throw a week that just makes you shake your head and go, how in the hell does he do that?
He'd had one last week, and he had one this week.
Yeah.
Let's see, anything else? The Chiefs destroyed the Raiders.
Yeah.
Titans shut out the Jags. The Jags are just in a free fall. Urban Meyer
he's in some shit.
The Rams-Cardinals game last night was pretty nuts. Right there at the end, I lost my fantasy football game because of that the last play of the game. Kyler took that
funny.
sack. That was great. That was fun. And the MLS, the NYCFC, beat the Timbers in the MLS Cup in PKs for the first MLS Cup title. Very nice.
Yep.
Okay. So this is also a time for us to reflect. We've had a year, this year we've had a lot of unbelievable sporting events that have happened.
Yep.
And I thought it would be good to.
You thought.
Did you
This was my idea. Thank you very much, sir.
Anyways, let's recap this year in sports history.
Mm-hmm. Not just this day.
This year.
This glorious year that was 2021.
The Backburners wrapped.
I told you not to say that.
Too bad.
So to kick it off, the first big thing that happened was Alabama, winning another national championship. Yeah. Not fun.
We also saw Mr. Thomas Brady win his 7th Super Bowl ring in his home stadium. Never been done before.
There's never been a home team play in a Super Bowl before.
Yeah.
So
that was fun.
Baylor wins the NCAA tournament in a absolute rout over Gonzaga. They shot the absolute lights out of the ball. It was ridiculous. They could not miss. Gonzaga did not have a chance in that game.
No. Also got majorly outplayed physically.
Yes.
On the boards. That's the one thing that we haven't watched that game since April. Was that April? Early April?
Yeah, early April.
And I still remember how they just controlled the boards and they were just more physical the entire game.
Yeah, it was not a good national championship for sure.
We were treated to, over the weekend, one of the craziest final Grand Prix in Formula One. Oh, my God, that was crazy. Max Verstappen pulling it out, taking the throne.
Yeah, and I'm going to get into this a little more later.
Yes.
But, yeah, absolutely wild. And then Hideki Matsuyama wins the Masters. It was a great moment for golf. It was a great moment for the country of Japan, the first Japanese-born player to ever win the Masters. He dominated from beginning to end. It was great to see him win. And then one of the more iconic moments in the golf season this year was after he putt in to win, his caddy turned around and bowed back at Augusta as like a sign of respect for the course. Great moment. The Masters just always seems to to do what it does best, and that's create drama and fantastic moments. The Masters weekend is my favorite weekend all year long. It's the absolute best.
We also saw in golf Phil Mickelson winning the what was that, the
U.S. Open.
Was that the U.S. Open?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because that was the one in like North Carolina.
Or was that the PGA?
It was the PGA Championship.
Yeah, it was the PGA Championship. It was an up and down weekend for him. He almost blew it.
It was an up and down weekend for everybody. The wind was outrageous.
He pulled it out. It was so great to see lefty. And then the next, I can't remember what the tournament of the week after, he was like just not playing well. And then reporter
he like didn't make the cut, and he was like, I won the PGA.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care what happens the rest of the year. I won a major. Braves winning the World Series, kind of coming out of nowhere. Nobody really had them winning it. It was Dodgers, Rays, Astros. Nobody saw the Braves winning, so kind of an underdog story there. First time Atlanta's had a championship in quite some time, and by God, does that city deserve it, because they've had some heartbreakers.
Yeah. We've had a wonderful year in UFC. We had Poirier McGregor 3. We had over the weekend, Amanda Nunes went down, which was a huge shock.
Big shock.
And we also have seen the rise of Sugar Sean O'Malley.
I love that guy.
That guy is nuts.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's Conor McGregor reincarnated with the amount of shit that he talks, the style, the flair, how he knocks people out. Yeah, he is an absolute monster. I love him. He's very fun to watch. And he's always got some crazy shit going on with his hair.
It's something else. It really is.
And then Brady just threw his 700th touchdown this weekend. That's pretty outrageous.
I would say so.
Yeah. He threw his 600th regular season touchdown earlier in the season, and then Mike Evans gave the ball away to the fan, and then the fan ended up eventually giving it back after some pretty intense negotiations, and he got a lot for that ball. But this time, Brady's 700 touchdown, I think, was to Chris Godwin, and they had a staffer down there, and he, like, as soon as Godwin scored, he ran over to Godwin and, like, grabbed the ball. They're like, we're not doing this again. So,
in 2021, we also got to meet a new team in the Northwest, the Seattle Kraken. I'm not a big hockey guy, but I know it's a big win for the city, and an even bigger win, hopefully, for the Sonics down the road. They needed an arena, and now they finally have one. The Kraken aren't super great, but here's the deal. It's their first year.
They're an expansion team.
The Knights did it, their first year? Was it first year?
That was their first year.
Yeah.
But that is, like, so extremely rare. Expansion teams suck.
Right. But I think it's a big win for the city, and I think down the road we'll get those Sonics back.
Yep. And then to wrap it all up, just about 3 hours ago, Mr. Stephen Curry broke the all-time three-point record with 2,974 all-time threes. He passes Ray Allen. He did it in Madison Square Garden, which is the perfect place to do it, the most iconic arena in sports. So congrats, Steph. You deserve it. Greatest shooter of all time. It's not even up for debate. And he is also a wonderful, wonderful human being.
Mm-hmm. Love that. What?
I love Steph. You love Steph, too. You're from the Bay.
I know.
Yeah.
Steph's the boy.
Any live stream things that we need to take note of?
Coleman said Cardinals Christmas win is all I want.
Nice try.
Miles said waking up at 6 a.m. was worth it for that F1 finale.
100% it was.
Yep.
Although I was exhausted. But
What day? Was that on a Saturday?
it was Sunday. It was after White
the Christmas
Elephant.
party.
Oh, that's trash.
Yeah, it was bad.
Because where do they do the F1 race? They're in Europe, I assume.
They're
right?
all over the world. So
Oh.
this past weekend it was in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Gotcha.
That is in the Middle East.
I've heard of it.
How about favorite sports moment of the year?
You want me to kick it off?
Sure.
Jalen Suggs wins it for Gonzaga over UCLA. in the Final Four. I was in Gainesville, Florida, watching this game at a bar, and it was very interesting to be somewhere in the country watching a game like that where nobody has any kind of affiliation towards the two teams playing because, like, they don't care. They just wanted to see a good basketball game, and my God, that is what we got. The final 2 minutes of the game, the bartenders were literally like, we're not serving drinks. We're watching this game. And everybody in the bar was glued into the TVs. And then when he hit that half-court shot, the place just went absolutely berserk. It was one of the best times I've ever had watching a basketball game. Such a fantastic win. He's a stud, Jalen Suggs. And yeah, Gonzaga just, again, crumbling in the national championship for the second time in 4 years. So they'll get it done eventually, but that was a very entertaining game to watch.
My favorite, and we can obviously both discuss this, was seeing Max Verstappen pull it out on Sunday. That race had pretty much everything that you would ever want.
Yeah.
I mean, so started out, Max was in pole, got a really bad start. Lewis dominated.
Cooked him off the line.
He dominated the entire race.
Yes.
Lewis was, I mean, at one point he had, a 30-second lead?
Something like
over
that.
Max.
Yeah.
And thanks to just a couple of, first of all, Checo.
Yeah, some of the best driving I've ever seen.
Teammate of the year.
Yes, teammate of the year, 100%.
Wingman of the year.
Yes.
And a couple of really gutsy, ballsy pit stops for Max, getting some new tires. And with about 10 laps left, Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull, was on the horn with the commentators, and he said, we need a miracle.
And boy, did they get one.
And boy, did they get one when...
They got two.
Yeah. When Nicholas Latifi hit the wall, the safety car came out, and they were just kind of coasting, and there was, Four laps left?
4 laps left.
They completed 3 of those laps behind the safety car, and then the FIA decided that the cars can pass.
Yeah, so Lewis was in first, and then there were 4 cars behind Lewis who had been lapped by Lewis, but they had not yet been lapped by Max. And the FIA originally came out, and they were like, we're not going to let him pass. And Red Bull was furious. And then, right as the safety car's ending, they're like, oh, yeah, those 4 cars can pass, but only those 4 cars. And the rule is when there's a safety car, all lapped cars can unlap themselves. All lapped. Not just the first 4 that were lapped. And then that put Max right behind Lewis. And he was on soft tires, and Lewis was on hard tires that he'd been on for 47 laps at that point.
And in the end, Max did it. So awesome to see. I know a lot of people don't like him.
I don't like him.
I like him. It was so great. I mean, it was obviously very worth getting up that early for.
Yes, it was.
And
it was drama-filled.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And the intern's favorite sports moment of the year was the first Penn State whiteout post-COVID. That was
raucous atmosphere.
That was insane.
Yes. So Scrooge of the year. Kind of more on the F1 Mercedes. I understand why they were mad because of the way it happened, and they wanted Lewis, obviously, to win his 8th championship, break the record because he's tied right now. I get it. But you're not going to be able to argue with the FIA and just take your losses gracefully. And they have not done that. They appealed the race and Max's win. And then it got dismissed. And now they're appealing the dismissal. It's just stop, take your losses, accept defeat. Guess what? In 3 months, we're going racing again. So build another car, get George Russell on board, and go again. Because guess what? Next year, Lewis has another opportunity to win his 8th. So suck it up. Be a man about it. Come on, Mercedes. But I like I said, I do understand why they were mad, because the thing that I don't understand about the FIA is they have these rules, but they don't even follow them. They just decide whether or not they want to abide by them at that certain time. It's so bizarre. There's no clear cut, because it just seems like every race there's controversy, and it's because the FIA, one, bends to team principles, and two, just does whatever the hell they want to on any given Sunday. It's bizarre, and I do not understand. Part of the reason for all this drama, and the FIA claims that they don't like all this drama in the sport, it's caused by them. It's their fault. They need to get their shit together.
Now, so there was a lot of talk in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with the race director.
Yeah, that's the FIA.
So that's the FIA. So
Yes.
That's why I was wondering if the race director was a separate entity, or
No.
if it was they're just acting on behalf
Yes.
of the FIA.
Yes. The race
Got it.
director is a part of the FIA.
Got it. My Scrooge of the year, I've taken a hot, steamy dump on him before. Urban Meyer, you're a piece of shit. He nothing but controversy around that man.
Yeah.
Whether it was this year when he was dancing with somebody who wasn't his wife after a team loss in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Most recently, he called out his assistant coaches for being losers while also defending his past of being a winner. I just think he's a grade A dirtbag.
I'm pretty sure he hired his staff. So it's
You
his
would-
fault
you
that they're
would
a bunch
think.
of losers.
Right. When asked by a reporter if a player was going to get more playing time, Urban said, yeah, he's been playing a little bit more. And guess how many snaps that player played on Sunday?
Oh, it was their 5th round draft pick, and he played 1. 0. Okay. Yeah.
So this was yesterday. And Urban was asked, hey, what's up with, I think his name is Andre Sisco or something like that. And Urban was like, yeah, he played a little bit more yesterday. He played 0 snaps.
Yeah.
This is a man who needs to get out of coaching. He needs to get out of the public eye and just reflect on his years of douchebaggery.
Yeah. He's lost that locker room.
And the intern said Aaron Rodgers for her Scrooge of the year. You don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I've gained a little bit more respect for him in the past couple weeks. But yeah, I do. I still think he's a prima donna.
Well, I love him.
Look, the man can throw the pigskin.
I'll tell you, knock on wood if you're with me.
There's no doubt about that. But there's just he complains, and I mean, Jesus, his family hates him. So
Yeah.
if his family hates him, he must be a piece of shit.
Well, I'd like to take a minute.
God,
This is your favorite part of the show,
no, it's
isn't it?
not.
Well, let's see. I am not a Christian. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a Baptist. I'm none of those.
You're a Jew.
I'm a Jew. And I feel as if, and many people think this, that Hanukkah doesn't get the same amount of love as Christmas. And I thought it would be great to educate the Gentiles and the Goyim. Those are non-Jews.
Yes, you told me that today.
I just wanted to share some wisdom, and let's call it Sherm's 8 Commandments of Hanukkah. This is just what I found is helpful and things that I've asked of myself. I've been a Jew for 25 years, and I'll probably be a Jew for a little bit longer. So commandment number 1, thou shalt buy a shitty combined gift for an individual whose birthday is in December. Save your money. You don't need to double dip.
It's just classic.
It is.
Wait, what are you saying for that? Like, if your birthday's in December,
You
only
get one gift. You get one gift. Save you money.
My dad will fight you on that one.
Save your money. Commandment.
So what you're saying is a bunch of Jews probably propose around Christmas time because then they're like, here's your anniversary gift. Also, that's your Christmas gift.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called budgeting.
Right.
Yeah.
It's called fiscal responsibility.
Yeah.
Commandment number 2: Thou shalt ask everyone around you, when is Hanukkah this year? Because it changes every year. It's frustrating. It's never. I'll get into it later.
Well, I was surprised that it's already over because I thought it was the same time as Christmas.
No, it's usually before. It's always before. It's just a matter of if it's like a month or 2 weeks or the same week.
Flops around. Commandment.
So there's never like one of the 12 days on Christmas.
I don't know. It changes every year. It's usually
there's not
Because
25
what's it
different.
based? It's based off a different calendar, though, right?
I will get into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's not 25 different iterations of how the modern calendar works. So, have you ever celebrated a 12th day of Hanukkah
There's
on
8.
Christmas?
There's 8.
I thought there were 12.
There are 8.
Oh.
8
days
crazy
of Hanukkah.
nights. Have you
8
not
crazy.
seen? Oh, also, have you seen that movie, Sherman? We didn't even talk about that.
8 crazy nights.
Have you seen that? It's an Adam Sandler movie. It's a cartoon, and and it's all about him basically like hates his life and his family sucks or whatever, and so he's just kind of a Grinch around the holidays. But it's all about Hanukkah, and it's like it's called 8 Crazy Nights. You should watch it. It's really funny, and it's like a musical kind of, but it's like an Adam Sandler musical.
Interesting.
And he doesn't play any of his like Hanukkah or anything from like SNL or whatever, but it's all like it seems like it kind of branched out from some of his SNL skits, but it's very, very good watch. It's one of my favorites.
Very nice. So commandment number 4: Thou shalt receive. Commandment number 3: Thou shalt remind thyself of what Hanukkah even is. There are so many Jewish holidays that those who practice casually tend to forget what they are and what they mean. So refreshing yourself on what Hanukkah even is. Commandment number 4: Thou shalt receive half-assed Happy Hanukkahs from your Gentile friends and whole-ass Happy Hanukkahs from your Jewish friends. There you go.
If your non-Jewish friends even know when Hanukkah is.
Right. Commandment number 5: Thou shalt receive Hanukkah cards from grandparents and extended mishpacha. That means
Definition of mishkapper.
family. Mishpacha.
You should just say that next time.
I wanted to add a little bit of Hebrew. Commandment number 6: Thou shalt eat latkes with sour cream and applesauce.
What is latkes?
Latkes.
Latkes.
Potato pancakes. Hash browns. Jew hash browns. You eat it with applesauce and sour cream. You get the sweet, you get the sour, you get the salt.
I think I've had that in a
Boom,
restaurant
boom,
in
boom.
Spokane.
Can you attest to any latkes in Spokane?
I have no idea.
Fair
I've
enough.
heard of a latke. I've never had one or seen one.
they're
but
very
I
good.
think it was either that or a German pancake. I don't know.
Very different. Anyways.
That's not what I meant.
Commandment number 7: Thou shalt brush up on the lyrics to the Hanukkah song in order to perform it in front of family and friends. Commandment number 8: Thou shalt be entirely confused as to why the Jewish New Year starts in September and in and of itself has a different starting date every year, which causes the rest of the holidays to shift around every single year, causing chaos, panic, confusion, and frustration.
Sounds like you're not very happy with your culture.
It's hard to keep track of. It's a wild bull that can't be broken, or a wild ass that can't be broken. You know, yeah. Those are just some tips, tricks, and tales from Hanukkah.
Very educational. Thank you.
And speaking of Hanukkah, I would like to do something very special.
Yeah, this is gonna be something.
It is. Are you going to are you ready, Fabio?
Yeah, let's get through the comments really quick
Oh,
first.
okay.
Dan said that's what I'm saying. He said 5781.
That's the Jewish year this year, I think. It's a different.
It's a different year for you
They're
guys
only
too.
in year 57.
5,781.
Yeah, okay. That's a lot more than us.
And then Lee said, I always give Dan Sherman one gift for B-Day, one gift for Hanukkah. And then she also said 8 jackass, I think in reference to
That's my uncle, by the way.
oh yeah, 8 in reference to Tiller's comment about 12 days of Hanukkah. That's just completely not right.
Sorry, Lee.
And then Jenna asked what's in your beard, Sherman, and I answered
They're beardaments.
I couldn't think of the word. I put beard ornaments. And then Belinda said so confusing in reference to the Jewish holiday.
As you can see, thanks to My for letting me borrow his axe. This is a song written and performed by a very famous Jew.
The most famous Jew.
I would say. Well, yeah, Moses was pretty famous.
Okay. Yep, it works. I can hear it.
Do you know the words?
I do not.
Do you know the words? Do you want to sing? Sing with me.
You can get a microphone if you want to sing.
Yeah.
Oh, no microphone.
We're actually out of microphones.
No, I was gonna hand her mine.
Yeah, give her yours.
Nope, she doesn't know all the words.
How's it sound?
Sounds great. Just
yeah.
go.
Sound good to you?
Yeah, so this is a song, there's a lot of Christmas songs and not a lot of Hanukkah songs. And I think it's important that we recognize the importance of Hanukkah. So here we go. Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Instead of one day of presents, we have 8 crazy nights. When you feel like the only kid in town without a Christmas tree, here's a list of people who are Jewish. Just like you and me. David Lee Roth lights the menorah. So did James Caan, Kirk Douglas, and the late Dinah Shore. Guess who eats together at the Carnegie Deli? A Bowser from Shanana and Arthur Fonzarelli. Paul Newman's half Jewish, Goldie Hawn's half too. Put them together, what a fine looking Jew. You don't need Deck the Halls or Jingle Bell Rock, 'cause you can spin a dreidel with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, both Jewish. Put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. The owner of the Seattle Supersonicas, we'll get him back someday, celebrates Hanukkah. O.J. Simpson, not a Jew, but guess who is? Hall of Famer Rod Carew. He didn't murder anybody. He converted, by the way. We got Ann Landers and her sister, dear Abby. Harrison Ford's a quarter Jewish. Not too shabby. Some people think that Ebenezer Scrooge is. Well, he's not, but guess who is? All 3 Stooges. So many Jews, they're in showbiz. A lot of them. Tom Cruise isn't. He's a Scientologist. But I heard his agent is. Tell your friend Veronica, it's time to celebrate Hanukkah. I hope I get a harmonica on this lovely, lovely Hanukkah. So drink your gin and tonica and smoke your marijuana. If you really, really wanna have a happy, 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 happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you. Thank you. Just so much.
Wonderful.
You know.
I love being serenaded by you.
Good. You've had it done a lot.
Too much.
Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah. You okay there, bud?
Yeah.
You're struggling. Yeah, that was long.
That was beautiful.
His voice could use a little work. You should go to voice lessons.
I don't think your voice was any better or worse than Adam Sandler's, though. It's not like he was ever.
Yeah,
Actually, he's got a pretty good voice, actually. Yeah. He sings a lot.
He's got a lot of good songs.
Not as many as Rodney Carrington.
I was thinking about doing a Rodney song tonight.
No.
Dear Plain, I don't think I like you.
Is that the full real song, or did you add your own celebrities in there?
No, that's the real. He has like 3 different versions of
I was looking up the lyrics, and I was like, I feel like the original one on SNL was like, oh, because he's done it a couple times, and he changes it every time a little bit, right?
Well,
yeah,
the original one on SNL was shorter than that, I think, wasn't it?
No, that's the original one, and then he wrote, I think, 2 other.
Because he would come back on SNL for like Christmas and like do a new iteration with just updated.
Right.
Oh,
I didn't know this Seattle, like the Seattle Supersonic reference. I thought you added that in there. That just worked out good.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah,
it was.
Also, it's called the Shanika song.
Oh boy.
Oh God, am I?
There's oh dear Moses. There's 2 different ways to spell Hanukkah. So let's Control Alt Delete. So
the fans are loving it, by the way.
were they really?
Yeah,
that's nice. That's nice.
Well, Jenna asked, how are your beardaments attached? It's just clips, right?
Just clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles said that's a really nice guitar.
It is.
Dan said, get it. Jenna said, Shakira, is that you? Kim said, you rock, Dill.
Thanks.
Cool.
Dan said, great work. Brandon Elizondo said, I can't believe he hasn't heard of the movie 8 Crazy Nights.
I'll get to work on that.
And Belinda said, so good, Dylan. You're the most rockin' Jew ever. Love you.
Wow.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
High compliments. Would you like to introduce the next?
Yeah, so this was another one of my ideas. And I thought we could do a sports Christmas wish list for Santa for the upcoming year of sports.
Mm-hmm.
And so I picked 6 things that I hope to happen and that I'm asking for good old Saint Nick for this year. Number 1, and this is the most important one. Oh, and also we did not share these with each other.
Right.
So this is the first time hearing.
Yep.
First and foremost, the United States men's national team, I want them to get a World Cup berth, and which it looks like they're going to, but you never know. And since the World Cup is next November, I want them to go on a semifinal run, which would be the deepest they've ever gone. And it would be pretty wonderful if they could do that. Number 2, I don't want the Lakers to make the playoffs, because fuck the Lakers. Number 3, this one's for Scout Morris. I want the Cowboys to get absolutely smoked in the wild card round by whoever they play. I want them to just get absolutely destroyed because guess what? They're a bunch of frauds. They haven't really beat a good team all year. So, number 4, Fantasy Football Championship. I am currently in the semifinals. I gave Coleman a nice old whooping last weekend. I beat him 162-97. He didn't stand a chance. And yeah, that I won another championship. It'd be my 3rd in 4 years. And then I want the Zags to win a natty this year. They have the talent. They can do it. Mark Few deserves a national championship. Of any college basketball coach that does not have one, he's number 1. He deserves it. It's probably him and Dana Altman. I think the Zags can do it this year. And 6th and final, I want Comeback Part 2 for Mr. Tiger Woods. I want him to win another major this year.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty incredible after absolutely obliterating his leg. And he's back on the golf course. He golfed at the PNC Championship with his son. It was great to see him back out there. So, Tiger, go get him. Win another major for me.
It's a very nice wish list.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, so for my wish list, number 1, I would like Tom Brady to retire at the end of this season.
Okay.
It's
valid.
It's time.
It's not going to happen, though.
No. Number 2, the Mariners make it to the postseason, and they will end the longest playoff drought in the history of American sports. They were close. They were like 1 or 2 games.
It was like a half game, wasn't it?
It was something like that to getting into the wild card. So they're making some moves. Hopefully they can come back. Number 3, the Seattle Seahawks burn it all to the ground, meaning they trade Russell Wilson, get some good draft picks and maybe another player, and they also fire Pete Carroll and John Schneider, or at least somehow let Pete walk away. Time to get him out of the front office, which I think where he does more damage than coaching on the field. I think it needs to be a top to bottom hitting the refresh button. The way they evaluate talent in the draft, the way they develop that talent, the way they make in-game decisions, the failure to address needs.
Specifically the offensive line.
It's been real bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 4, here we go. I hope LeBron never goes back to the finals. I think everybody except for really annoying LeBron fans are just done.
LeBron fans might be more annoying than Cowboy fans to me.
Yeah. They're the kind of guys who post selfies in their car.
There's a pretty big argument that Steph is better than LeBron and more influential to the game of basketball.
No question. Steph Curry, when they were talking about it tonight, has revolutionized the game.
Yes, he has.
The start of the 3-point era,
Mm-hmm.
no question. So no more championships for LeBron.
I think his window's closed.
Number 5, I hope this next year, Santa, please, that I don't end up in the loser's bracket of the next fantasy football draft. This is a very unfamiliar territory for me, being in the loser's bracket.
It's just fantastic because you're the commissioner.
Yeah. Not fun to be a part of. And to close it out, I hope that the next F1 season is just as wild as the one we have just finished. I'm a new fan, much like you. I've said it a few times. I never thought I would ever care about it.
Yeah.
It's
that
so
Netflix
much
series, it's brought a lot of people to the sport.
Drive to Survive
I
season
know, I feel
4.
like I've never heard anyone really talk about F1 till it's kind of like UFC. Like even like 2 or 3 years ago, UFC's always been around, and there was always but if you wore a UFC shirt to school, you were just a weirdo.
Right.
But now UFC's actually pretty cool to follow and stuff, and I feel like
Yeah.
F1's the next it's the next new sport. The next year probably. I think people
Yeah.
are going to be
Absolutely.
getting together for races just like they would Fight Night or anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had a little watch party at our house, 6 a.m.
We did.
They're not fun watch parties because it's 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
How long's a race?
So, like an hour and a half.
Yeah. That's good watch time though.
Yeah.
It is.
Football's too long sometimes.
A good thing there's not football on at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So that's my wish list.
It's a good wish list.
Couple of little bit of crossover.
Yeah.
But we have one more segment,
We do.
and it's our sort of favorite segment, Line of the Week.
Yay.
Yay. The intern is still in the lead.
Yeah, because her line absolutely murdered last
Mhm.
week.
So the intern
Again, betting against the Giants.
I don't know. I'm done. I'm done. The intern, her record is 9-5, and her line of the week is Dolphins -8.5 versus the Jets. She's doubling down on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The
The Jets are bad.
The Jets are bad. Dolphins are on what, six game?
Did they win last week?
Did Didn't they?
Or were they on a bye? They might have been on a bye.
I don't know, but they're playing great football. So 8.5. I'm in second place. I am 8-5-1, and my line this week is the New England Patriots +2 versus the Colts. This is going to be a fantastic game. I think.
I cannot believe that the Patriots are underdogs.
That's why I was shocked. I was shocked.
I mean, the Colts are playing good football, but they're not playing as good a football as the Patriots right now.
No. It's going to be fun to see Jonathan Taylor run against that defense.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I'm hoping they hold him in check because I play Jonathan Taylor in fantasy this week. And the last time I played Jonathan Taylor in fantasy football, he had 50 points against me. And that was super not fun.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah. He had like 4 touchdowns. It was ridiculous. My line of the week. Revis, this one's for you. Chargers +3 against the Chiefs. They beat them in Arrowhead. They're playing good football. The Chiefs have really stepped it up the last 6 weeks. They're playing great football. It's probably the best Thursday night game of the year. Usually Thursday night games suck.
Right.
Big time. But this one, we're not going to get to watch it, though. It's a bummer.
Spider-Man.
We're going to be in Spider-Man. But I really think they can do it. Herbert is going to ball. He's going to throw for another 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. Chargers +3.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Before we head out, is there anything we need to attend to in the chat?
Let's see. Kim said Ducks to the Natty.
That would technically be 2023.
Yeah.
And then Coleman said, I thought playoffs started this week, LOL.
You still set your lineup, dude.
It's pretty funny. And then Danny Boy said 6-6. I don't know what that is in reference
probably
to.
his fantasy record.
And then Lee just hopped in and said, who is leaving Hawks? QB, coach, GM, or clean sweep? Discuss.
You want clean sweep.
So I want clean sweep. If in an ideal world, it needs to be Pete Carroll and John Schneider.
Yeah, I would much rather keep quarterback and ditch head coach GM because Russ is back to form. He came back too early from that injury with his finger. That's pretty clear now because the last 2 weeks he's absolutely bald. So he's fine. He's still Russell Wilson. He's making throws. He's making plays. He got his confidence back. He's good. He's not the problem.
No. Yeah, I think that so Paul Allen before he passed, so he was a very hands-off owner because he also owned the Blazers.
Yep.
And so he's a basketball guy, 100%. So he was very hands-off. So it makes sense that he would allow Pete to not only be the head coach, but I think he's also vice president of football operations.
Yep.
So him and John Schneider answer to nobody when it comes to day-to-day decisions, and that's in draft evaluation. That's in obviously developing the talent, building out the roster. Something needs.
It's a problem.
It's a problem, and I think they're trying to recreate the magic that they had in 2011 and 2012 with these projects, these guys, this island of misfit toys mentality,
right?
Getting them on cheap contracts. But
you're not going to find a Richard Sherman in the 6th round of every draft. I'm sorry.
No.
He's just not there.
Mm-mm. So I think there needs to be a forward, somebody young.
Mm-hmm. Like a Sean McVay or Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, kind of that sort of vibe.
Yep.
Somebody who's forward thinking, and it's been really frustrating to watch. And I know we bitch about it all the time, but seeing us go from what we were, 7-8 years ago to what we are now, the same problems have been happening the past 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
Where there's so much inconsistency on offense. So much. We haven't been, since, not Darrell Bevel, but who was the guy before him? Shoot, can't remember his name, but there was a great OC, and then we went to Darrell Bevel, and it's, cheaping out in the offensive line.
That's the biggest problem right there.
100%. So I think it needs to be Pete Carroll and John Schneider first.
Yep, I agree with you. But then it still begs the question, what are we going to do in the draft? Because the Jets still have our number one pick this year and next year. And
I think it's just the end. This is the last draft. 2022 is the last draft that we.
Is it?
Mhm.
Is
Yep.
this Jamal Adams' third year with us? No.
No, we gave up 2 firsts.
I thought it was 3.
Was it 3?
I can't remember.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, something needs to change. Definition of
100%.
insanity is doing the same thing over and over.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
With that, anything else? Anything else at all?
Nope.
All right.
Carrie said Merry Christmas, Dane Lanning.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the new Oregon football head coach.
Gotcha.
Go Ducks.
He had a great opening press conference. Got me jacked. So I hope he's what they think he's gonna be. So we'll see. And he also, one of his kids' names is Titan.
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 Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope, actually.
that's a pretty
Titan.
dope name.
Titan Lanning.
Yeah.
Unless he's really not cool. He's got a prophecy to fulfill.
Well, yeah, but he's like a kid. He's like really young.
I know, but what if he works at like a tech startup or something? His name's Titan.
Hey, I'm going to be working at a tech startup.
I know, but your name's
my name
Dylan. It
is-
makes a little bit more sense. Your name's not like Titan or.
Yeah. With a name like Titan, you need to be like, it's like the mountain. You know, you just
Right.
need to be this big,
Yeah.
ginormous man who
Right.
lifts heavy things.
Yeah, or just like really fast or like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
something.
imagine if Usain Bolt wasn't fast.
Yeah.
You know, if he was just a regular guy working at Foot Locker.
Imagine if his name wasn't. Yeah, it was. Yeah, like Usain Bolt is working at Foot Locker, and you're like,
Yeah.
He
it's a
runs to
pretty
the
cool
back
name.
real fast to
Yeah.
get the stock. Yeah.
He's the best shoe runner we have.
He'll get you fitted in 30 seconds.
Oh, man.
Lord.
All right, and that will conclude another spectacular episode of the Backburners. Shout out to the ugliest co-host of all time, Pinhead Larry, the intern, and our wonderful producer, Young Fabio. Make sure to give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at the Backburners Pod, and listen to us on your favorite streaming service. We're the Backburners, and we hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you next year.